Girlfriend, girlfriend, don't forget the brush, blow dryer, and the curling iron. That's my girlfriend. It's a long haul Stoppington. They know they want everything that we be Cappington. Been saying that I must record the preference video, record, and I think the reason why I delayed for so long was because I was also waiting for my friend that I shot with in the beginning with the colorism video, and we said we would do the preference video. But now I don't know, I feel like it's more compelling for me to talk about it because I keep getting triggered by things that I see, things that people are saying, by tweets, and I'm just like, you know what, I can't wait any longer. I need to talk about this thing and I need to get it off my chest because it is burning me. Like, it is literally burning me. So recently I saw a tweet by a girl saying that because there's this whole trend on YouTube of smash or pass, something like that. And she was saying that, like, if we're being honest and like if we're really observing what is happening in those videos, is that when the girl is biracial or like has mixed vibes, or the girl is basically simply like non-black, then the guys like automatically just pass. No, not pass, smash. They're like, yeah, smash, yeah, would date, would rate, whatever they call it. But then when the girl is black, it's like the girl has to be like, do you have a booty? Do you have, like, you know, are you really, really pretty for us to consider you as a smash or a rate or a date or whatever? And I was like, you know what, this girl is right. And she was even saying that the mixed girls, like the colored girls, biracial girls, didn't even have to look that great. Like, she would just have curly hair and like wear jeans and a t-shirt, and it's like, but then if it's a black girl, then it's like you need to have put like a lot of effort to look good for them to consider you or even look at you. And like, I think that a lot of people like to say that, oh, that's preference, like they just prefer girls like that. I just prefer girls that have curly hair. I just prefer light skin. I just prefer colored girls. And it's like, really, is it preference? Is it really preference? I think not. What I think preference is saying that if there is a light skin and a dark skin girl, I would prefer a dark skin girl. But if the opportunity arises that I had to date a light-skinned girl, then I wouldn't mind at all, because it's not a dead end that it has to be a dark-skinned girl. Otherwise, I can't date you, I can't look at you, I can't talk to you, I can't consider you. Do you understand? That's what preference is saying that, you know, both are great, but normally I would go more for this than this. But if this is there and this is great, then why not? So a lot of people are sidelining the other people, and they are overlooking them and they're looking away from them, and they're saying that, no, it's just my preference too. And I feel like that's where it's really problematic, and that's where I feel like I don't like it. Like, I don't like it at all. And it comes to the point where we low-key feel some sort of resentment towards these girls, towards the colored girls, the mixed girls, because we have a thing of our black men are not finding us attractive because you are there, and you happen to be better, and you happen to be prettier, and you happen to be more desirable. And I understand the frustration that is there, and that's because we love black men. Like, we rate black men at the top, the highest. We love the chocolate skin, we love them tall, we love them dark, and we just love an African men. We love black men, and I think that we glorify them. We glorify the image of a black man, and the minute the black man rejects us and says that, okay, you glorify me and you think I'm all that, and you think, I'm the one at the top for you, and you prefer me, you want me, you love me. I don't feel the same way about you, because for me, I glorify girls like this. I prefer girls like this. I love girls like this. So the rejection that we get from black men, we direct it to those girls, and those girls are not the problem. Those girls are not our problem. They're not the demon that we're fighting. The demon that we're fighting is glorifying a specific image. People glorifying a specific image. And I would say that, like, I was even saying that I don't feel anger towards black men when they say, I don't do black girls, I do colored girls. Like, I don't feel, yes, it's annoying, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, the colorism is literally screaming out of you, and it's like, okay, that's annoying, but I don't feel like, we're losing black men, because that's how sometimes it feels like, we're losing black men to these women, and who are we gonna be left with, and who is gonna love us, because we want these men but they don't feel the same way about us. And for me, it's like, I don't feel like I'm losing black men, because I don't put black men on a pedestal. I don't put black men as, I have to have a black man otherwise, And I think that's where the disappointment comes from, is the fact that we have put them at a certain place, and now we feel like if we're not getting them, then we have nothing. And I don't agree with that. My perspective and what I've decided for myself in my heart, I told myself that, I don't compete with girls that are not black. I'm a black girl. I'm 100% fully present black. My parents are black. My parents are black. And I know that I'm fully 100% black, So there is absolutely no reason for me to compete with a girl that is not black. I know it sounds like, it sounds funny, but I don't know. I don't see them as competition. I don't see them as, they're better, or like, he went for a colored girl, is it me, and feel all sorts of insecurities because I don't associate myself with them. So if it's like two girls in a room, me and a colored girl, and a guy says, I want the colored girl, it's like, but if it was me and another black girl, then I'd be like, okay, what does this black girl have? Is this black girl popping? What is she doing? What is she giving that I'm not giving? Because I'm like, me and this black girl are the same type of thing. Do you understand? So if I had to, like, I know a couple of guys that I've been with, that I was seeing, and now they are seeing girls that are not black. And for me, it was like, it was like, oh, okay, you're seeing Mang Mang. It's like, it doesn't do anything to me. But if it was a black girl, I was gonna be like, this black girl, okay, taking notes. That's where I would feel the insecurity, because I'm just like, this girl is exactly like me, so why does she have that I don't have, type of thing. And I feel like that type of competition is healthy, because if I compete with a colored girl that has different hair from me, different features, a different whole life perspective, and I compete with her, what do I even mean? Because we're not the same. So I will never have her hair type. But with the black girl, I can be like, okay, she laid her wig, she dresses, she doesn't put herself down. So even me, let me push my game. Even me, let me be better, because another black girl is doing it, and if she can do it, then I can do it. But with colored girls or girls that are non-black, it's like, am I gonna go and change my whole hair dynamics? And I can't compete with you, because I will never be you, and I will never be like you. So for them, it's like, colored girls are cool, they pretty, like, for sure, they pretty, but I don't see myself hating them because black men desire them more. For me, it's like, we're not the same thing, and if this is what they want, then cool. Like, that's for you guys, and y'all do what you gotta do. But I think that I've been always vocal about colorism, and how I acknowledge that, like, I am a light-skinned girl, and there is privileges that comes with being a light-skinned girl, and I am 100% a fan of dark-skinned girls, and I think they are very beautiful, and the only way I can be an ally is to make sure that I don't accept men with colorist mindsets. That's how I can be like, okay, I am standing against colorism by rejecting the notion that a man wants me because I'm light skinned, a man desires me because, you know, I look good with him in public, and his friends are gonna be like, yo, you see that girl that you have, yo, she's fire. No, I don't want that, and I don't want to be desired by a man that thinks like that. So even for colored girls, I think that it's important for them to observe such a thing, like, why is this person with you? What is the motive of them desiring you? Because a lot of these men, honestly, they just want to impress their friends. It's a societal standard thing of you got a colored girl, you've got this girl with curly hair, straight hair, light skin, and it's like your girl is fire. I even once asked this one guy, and I was like, cause I could see a pattern with this guy. I don't know. See, this guy is always dating the same type of girls, and it was light-skinned black girls. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I was like, let me test the colorism here, because I was like, he's hitting the preference thing, and I'm just like, okay, I can't fight that, but there's something fishy about this preference. Because so I was like, okay, so when are you prefer light-skinned girls? And he's like, yeah, I don't mind like dating girls, I just prefer light-skinned girls. Like, I don't reject other girls, but I just prefer light-skinned girls. And I was like, okay, cool. So would you ever like see yourself dating a dark-skinned girl? Then he was like, yeah, but if she's really pretty and like she's got a great personality, and like I feel like, you know, she's the type of person, like her character and everything, then devs. And for me it was like, okay, so light-skinned girls, they just have to be light-skinned, and it's like, yeah, you know, you get a pass, let's go, we are doing this thing, not even thinking twice about it. But when it's a dark-skinned girls, they have to work twice as hard to impress you, or to even have you consider dating them. What type of thing is that? What type of thing is that? And I feel like this thing, guys, it's not even an I feel like, it's a fact. It is literally self-hate. You're a dark-skinned guy, you don't do dark-skinned girls. You're a black guy, you don't do black girls. Like, how are you seeing another race above you? How are you seeing another race as more superior? How are you seeing another race as more valuable than your own? What type of thing is that? So it's not even a thing of black men necessarily, it's just a thing of people in general. Like, why do you glorify a certain image? Why do you glorify a certain race? What is the story with that? And why do people think it's okay? In the past, like, I've always had people, because Vele, even me, I could see, hey, there's some sort of pattern in my life now, where people were like, oh, when I especially only date colored guys. Because Vele, I had a whole history of colored guys, and it was only very recent that I got involved with the black guy. And for me, it was like, first of all, I don't control who I attract, but I do have control over who I accept. So for me, it was a thing of, I noticed that with those colored guys, it wasn't a colorism thing, and colorism is a big thing for me. So with black guys, it was always a thing of, yo, yellow bone, yeah, you know, having a yellow girl along my side, or seeing patterns of them having a huge preference for light-skinned girls, and it was a big turn off for me. So it was like, I'm not gonna tolerate that, so bye. So I'd rather have a whole line of colored guys that I've only been with, because they don't come to me with coloristic mentalities. So for them, it's like they're way lighter than I am, so my complexion is not a thing. So the only time I got involved with a guy that was black, it was because that guy was honestly not a colorist, and he didn't care about race. He was just like me, because I have the same thing. I don't care about race. I will date white, I will date black, I will date colored, I will date Indian, I will date, hey, if you are doing the parts and you're doing what needs to be done and I'm attracted to you, then let's go. And I think that it also took some time for me to be open to more races as I went, because I don't think that it's an overnight thing. Like, we're not all born with the thing of, yeah, every race goes because we're born into a culture and we're born into things that we've learned, and so much of it is unlearning. So I had to come to the point of committing to myself and saying that no, I cannot turn down a person just because of their race. No, I cannot turn down a person just because of their complexion. And that's what I wanted. I was like, God, please help me to be more open to Indian guys. Please help me to be more open to white guys. Because even for me, it was a thing of, okay, I can do this and this race, but this one, and it was like, why? So if the love of my life is wrapped in an Asian guy, we go. Because I'm not glorifying any image. I'm not glorifying. I had to unlearn that thing of thinking that a person is great if they're this race and then everything else follows. No, it's the heart first, it's the actions. Are you kind? Are you all of these things before we even consider your race? So I'm going to reject you for as long as I could, and I don't care if people are going to say, when you don't date this certain race. If I have to reject them because they are not giving what I want, then so be it. Another thing is social media, guys. Like, social media, it knows how to perpetuate things. Like, every time I'm on social media, there's no way that you won't find colored girl, black guy, white girl, black guy. Always, it's all that you see. When I go into reels and it's those couple pages, because it does like hashtag couple. So if it's like a reel of a couple, then it's got like a hashtag couple goes on. And when you go on those hashtags, you see the same type of couples, which is light-skinned mixed race girl with black guy. Always. And I'm just like, now people are looking at that and they think that is desirable. And how many of those relationships on those reels, on those hashtags, are due to wanting a relationship that looks desirable to other people, that people can look and be like, oh my gosh, couple goals? Because every time people see mixed race girl with black guys, like, oh my gosh, they're such a great couple, they look so good together, like every time. But if it's black on black, it's like, yo, they're nice, okay, but it's not a thing where people are like sitting there and they're dreaming and they're like drooling over this couple. So it's the thing that social media constantly feeds people this thing that if you want your relationship to be popping and people to be loving it, because those couples, they get the likes, they get the, as opposed to couples that are just like black on black, that's just like, okay, you get the likes because you're like cute, but for them it's like, yo, everyone is going there and you're the most desired couple, you're the most admired couple, and social media is constantly pushing that thing. And I've come to the point of scrolling. The minute I see a couple and I see mixed race black, I scroll. I just keep going. It's not even the whole mixed race girl with black guy. It's also the white guy and black dark-skinned women. Ne? They even go to the point of putting the name of the page is gonna be white man, black woman. And it's like, those interracial pages were supposed to be a thing where we're celebrating people that are interracial and we're admiring them also. We're not just only looking at one side and all of that. But now they are making it a thing that you must be a black woman with a white man. What is that? All I want to see on social media, is variety, guys. Like, I want to see variety. I want to see people loving who they want to love. I want to see people being proud of the people that they are with. I want to see people not conforming to social media standards of what a relationship should look like. So I want to see stuff like a light-skinned guy with a dark-skinned girl. I want to see an Asian man with a mixed race woman. I want to see variety. I don't want to see the same thing, because the minute it becomes everyone is doing the same thing, it shows that there's a problem there. It shows that there's a worshipping of a certain image there, and that's not what I want. Like, I don't want that thing at all, and that's why I protect myself and my social media, and I just scroll through. I don't even look. Like, I don't care if your thing is entertaining. I don't care. I just scroll. I just want to say that the most important thing for me in the fight against colorism is that let us not allow people to make us trophies. Let us not allow people to devalue us or degrade us to a skin color, to a race. When you see me, don't see a skin color. When you see me, don't see a race. Because there's also guys that they fetishize black girls, because now black girls are popular on the internet. It's like, yeah, black girls, we love black girls, kinky hair, whatever, and they wanna be with black girls because it's trendy, and black girls have big booties and black girls have nice bodies. That thing is nonsense. Don't allow people to minimize you and make you a body part or a skin color or a race, because you're more than that. You're a human being. You have aspiration, you have feelings, you have needs, you have wants. And when someone comes to you, they should be coming with the intention or with the purpose to give you something that is fulfilling for the heart. When someone is approaching you, they must approach you because they see something in you, and whatever that you are, they think is beautiful, obviously, because the first thing that you see is a person's physical appearance, so you're attracted to that, but you're looking for more than that. So if it means that it must be another girl that you normally wouldn't look at, then why not? Because what you're looking for will go past the looks, will go past the race, the skin complexion. And this thing of black men wanting girls that are non-black, or girls that have a mixed chanyana in them, like you mustn't be 100% purely black, you must have some sort of mixture, also goes back to glorifying white people, because you're saying that as long as there's a white chanyana there, then you're good for me. So meaning that you still see white people as superior, you're still worshipping European standards. And it's like, because you can't get to the white women, because let's be honest, it's not easy for guys in South Africa to date white girls, because there's a lot of it, the whole racism thing going on. So a lot of us don't even want to deal with that, or even just don't have access because you didn't grow up in white communities and all of that stuff. So it means that because you can't get to the white there, you have to take the closest thing to that white, the closest thing, anything that is not 100% black, anything that is not black, you will go for. What is that? Oh, guys, no. I think that my fight every day will be saying no to those guys. And if you're a colored girl, if there's colored girls and they're experiencing this thing, or maybe they're oblivious, they don't see it, I think that it's important to start asking questions. Like, to start even doing research on this guy that is interested in you, or this guy that you're dating. Check patterns of what do they say. Do they mention your complexion a lot? Do they mention your race a lot? Do they say anything negative about their own race? Because that's also another red flag. Another thing that black men do every time they want to date a non-black woman or a white woman, what are they gonna do? They're gonna drag black girls. And there was even these other guys where someone raised this whole topic fairly, and they're like, yeah, it's because colored girls and white girls, they're respectful, they don't cheat, they're loyal, and all of that stuff. And and they're natural also. That's a big one. They're natural. And it's like, okay, so you guys, you can't just go and date your people and be quiet. You always have to come back and drag and be like, yeah, look, this is the reason why we are with these people, because you guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why can't you date your girls in silence? Meaning that even you dating them, these girls, it's a fight against us. It's a fight against your own race. So do you want to be with a man that is using you to fight his own race? Is that what you want? No ways. It can never be me. It can never be me. It can never be me. I will literally never get tired of this topic. Have conversations about race. Have conversations about colorism. Have them. Talk to your person and see where they're at mentally, because the last thing that you want is to be a prop, is to be a best, is to be a badge, a label for someone so that they can look better or to feel better about themselves. There is nothing attractive about someone that despises their own race. Like, that's why I get black women being frustrated, because these are our men. How can we not love them? How can we not rank them as the highest? How can we not desire to be with them and feel like, if I have a black man, I have the whole world? That's because we love ourselves and we see value in being black. That's why we love black men. But them not reciprocating or them not seeing it the same, it's like, what do you even mean? So for you as a non-black girl, what does it say to you if a man despises himself but he says he loves you? There's no such thing. As for me and my household, the fight must continue. The fight against colorism must continue. Like, I feel like I will never talk about it enough. But now, because I've said something, I feel better, and it will take a while for me to be triggered to say anything again. But it's always gonna be a conversation. Like, it's always gonna be something that we need to talk about. And if we're gonna say that as people of color we are uniting, it means that we can't accept things like this. We can't accept things like this, and let's stop trying to do things that are being done on social media. Social media is not real life. Social media is not real life. And that's how I feel like on social media, black girls are like, yo, they are loved, they are loved, they are loved, they are loved. But then in real life, different story. And how you see it is when you watch those YouTube videos of those guys doing such things, smash or pass or whatever, and that's where you see that this love for black women is a social media thing, is a terms and conditions to have people liking you, be like, yeah, pro-black, yeah. But in real life, you wouldn't look at a black woman twice if there was another woman of another race in the room. Let's do what we need to do. If they don't love you, they don't love themselves, period.